Male loneliness epidemic, or is it a male loneliness blessing?
It is a male happiness epidemic, because what I've been seeing online is I've been seeing a lot of women talking about male loneliness in a derogatory way. Okay, they're taking jabs at men. This is to be expected, obviously, but women are the only ones talking about it. But we're going to be watching a video later about female loneliness epidemic as well, which I'm going to be honest with you, none of these words really make sense anymore.
Are we using this time to reflect? Are we using this time to build community? What are we doing? Are we staying 6 feet away from accountability? Therapy?
Yeah, we're not going to be talking about accountability on this platform. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. We have a few clips we're going to be going over today. And let's just go ahead and get into it.
The happiest people are single women and married men. They're the two happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
Are the happiest groups of people. Like, not married women. Married women like end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women.
Well, married women aren't happier because they aren't divorced yet. They're waiting to get that nice divorce money, divorce rob their husbands, make sure they got their bankroll situated. So yeah, they're not happy when they're married. A lot of times husbands hold their wives accountable too. Good husbands do, at least. So yeah, a lot of women do not like being married to men. They like the benefits of marriage. And obviously I'm not speaking about all women. There are women out there that are good wives, I'm sure, and good moms. And so this isn't like a total thing here. It's not 100% of women, but a large majority of women today, modern women, are getting married because of the benefits that man will give that woman, whether it's being a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom, whatever it is. They're not even marrying the men because they love the men anymore. And a lot of women are marrying young and saying, "Oh, well, this is just my first marriage, my throwaway marriage." So no wonder men are not asking women for marriage anymore. Why would a man marry a woman today? Like, there is no reason for a man to do anything like that. Especially if any man that a woman is going to marry, that man can get anything from that woman without marrying her. That's just the bottom line. So men are not asking. They're spending time with these women, relationships, whatever, and then if they break up, then they break up. No nasty divorce. No, they pull the Band-Aid off and get a new one.
Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done for them.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Married men, I honestly believe, years and years ago, decades ago, married men were happier. There's a lot of happy men that were married back then, but men are not happy married anymore. Very few men are looking at their wife and saying, I'm glad I married this woman. No, that's not happening. A lot of men are looking at their wife and saying, you know what, this old saddlebag is really starting to piss me off. It's delusion. It is delusion. And it's always the women that are like in their late 60s. How old is this woman? I'm going to just assume that this woman is like, she's older. She's what, 60, I guess? 60 something. So yeah, she's divorced. She got the bankroll. She got the payday. So yeah, she's happy. She's happier than a pig in shit right now. So yeah, obviously, she's still getting ran through by lots of different types of men. Because look, women like this get online and they once they say they're open for business, every business that's open for business is going to get customers. That's just the way it is. If that open sign is on the door, people are going to be coming through.
I'm so tired of hearing about the male loneliness epidemic, so let's talk about the female loneliness epidemic, because we're experiencing one too. The one where men treat you like you're some fantasy object, and the moment they realize you're an actual human being with thoughts, feelings, and emotions, they're gone. Or when they...
So why are you choosing? So this is the thing that I will never understand, and I've brought this up in several videos in the past, is okay, you're choosing to spend time with these men, you're choosing to date these men, and you're choosing to, just like she says, she gets intimate with these men, she spends the night with these men, and then they're gone. The next morning, poof, they're gone, like fucking Houdini. Why are you spending time with these men then? Why are you wasting your time with these types of men? I mean, you just admitted it. These are the types of men you're spending your time with. So maybe here's an idea. Maybe not go for those types of men. Maybe find a man that has better qualities than just, oh, well, he's tall and he's handsome and he drives a nice car, because that's, it's giving hoe.
They want you for your body, but never have any intention of actually getting to know it or respecting it. Or when they want you for your emotional intelligence, even though they have no intention of ever reciprocating it.
Here's the thing about emotional intelligence, and I've said this a few times before. If you are getting involved with the same types of men and you're not learning your lesson, guess what? You're not very emotionally intelligent, because you keep falling for the same thing over and over again. You're just dumb. Like, just stop. It needs to get to a point to where you're looking back at all your mistakes and you need to stop making those mistakes. But women don't understand that, because in their mind, they're not making mistakes because, well, they can never be wrong. They're not the problem. The men are the problem. They just need to keep going after these same types of men until the needle in the haystack comes up and swoops her off her feet. That's what they want. They're not realizing that maybe they need to change their behavior to, get better options. I mean, it's common sense at this point.
Or when they want you for what you can do for them, but they don't want you for who you are. That's loneliness.
If a guy doesn't want you for who you are, then you don't have a good personality and you're a bad person. So he's going to want you for what you got, which is usually, playing with your titties and messing with your booty. I mean, this is what these guys are doing. So yeah, they'll do that. But if you have a shitty personality, they're not going to want to even be around you. And here's my experience. Any woman that sits in her front seat like this and hunches over and records videos, she doesn't have a good personality. She's kind of a bad person. These are bad women. If you're talking to a woman, and you want to be, romantical with her, check her TikTok. If she has the hunched over Quasimodo, looking like a homeless man, TikTok videos complaining about men and stuff, just throw her back in the dumpster. There is no point in even involving yourself with women like this, because look at what she's doing. Look at what she's doing. It says the truth about the female loneliness epidemic, and she is blaming it all on men. You cannot make this shit up. And hey, the male loneliness epidemic is all men's fault too. It's a man's fault. Oh, he's just a bad person. Well, he doesn't bathe. Well, he doesn't do this. Well, he's too broke to date. Well, he's, so it's always a men's fault. But the female loneliness epidemic, no, it's men's fault too. it's men's fault too. Hey, lady, how about you go fuck yourself?
Putting yourself to sleep every night next to a partner who claims to love you even though his actions never follow his words, that's loneliness.
I had a woman tell me she loved me once. I've had a few women tell me. Every relationship I've ever been in, these women have told me they love me. But they've also told me that they've hated me. So I don't know which one to believe. I think a lot of men have been in that situation where, yeah, these women will tell you that they love you, and then they'll tell you they'll hate you too. So what do you believe? What do you believe? Is her hate stronger than her love, or what? Because honestly, I think that these women do not know how to love. They don't even know what love is. That is why they keep spreading their legs for all these men, thinking that that's what love is, and that's not love. That's just fucking. There's nothing else there. There's nothing else that can be construed with you getting wasted and letting Chad, bust in you. It just doesn't make sense. That has nothing to do with love.
Being too afraid to open yourself up to love and opening yourself up to men because we live in a world where SA, domestic violence, and femicide is so normalized, that's loneliness. The difference is that the male loneliness epidemic is self-inflicted and the female loneliness epidemic is self-preservation.
And there you go. See, because they are suffering too, but it's self-preservation. They have to protect themselves from men. What types of men are you hanging around with where you have to constantly protect yourself? I don't think that the male loneliness epidemic is self-inflicted. I think that there are a lot of men out there that could possibly want a relationship, but they're looking at the options and they are choosing to not even get involved. They're choosing to not even react. You know, these women are approaching men and these men are saying, no, thank you. I have a girlfriend already. These men have been chronically single and they're telling these women like, no, I'm married. I've been married for years. Please get away from me, because they do not want to be approached by these types of women. They do not want anything to do with these types of women. So it has nothing to do with male loneliness epidemic. It has to do with men doing what they have to do to keep their peace. So when a man is alone, he's happy. When he is with a woman that is, I'm just going to be completely honest, like this, okay? Why would any man want to be involved with this except for a fleeting night in the, you know, a romp in the bed sheets? Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, women that aren't attractive usually do the freakiest stuff. You know, you got women like this that are walking around like homeless dudes. They do the freakiest stuff, bro. Like they're spreading it, they're sliding it in, popping it out, and twerking on it and stuff. They do all sorts of weird stuff. So, you know, I'm not saying that she, you know, isn't freaky like that, but no man is going to want to wife this woman up. Okay. Well, no man is going to want to really have a conversation with a woman like this because of just the way that their brains are broken. A lot of modern women, their brains are just pickled, and then they have no idea what they're talking about half the time because there's no frame of reference with these women. They were raised in households by single moms, and so they don't even know what a man is. They see a guy with a six pack and they think that's a man, when in reality he's gonna pump and dump her like every other bitch he's been involved with. But let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.